It is the 42 Challenge Championship live from Jackie Robinson Ballpark in Daytona Beach. It is the Creekside Knights taking on the Spruce Creek Hawks. 4 o'clock afternoon baseball and spring break. Beautiful weather out here in Central Florida. And a big-time matchup between the Knights and the Hawks. These two teams faced off 17 days ago when Creekside handed Spruce Creek their first loss of the season in 6-3 fashion. The Knights lead this all-time series by a score of 3-2 and beat Spruce Creek in the first ever 42 Challenge tournament 2 years ago right here at Jackie Robinson Ballpark. The Knights won that tournament, and they're back 2 years later trying to defend their title. Can they get it done and knock off a top 10 team in the state for the second time this season? The home plate meeting is breaking up, and we're going to send you down to the field now for the starting lineups and the national anthem. it is time for some championship baseball in the 42 Challenge. 4 pools of 3 teams entered. 2 remain, the Creekside Knights and the Spruce Creek Hawks. This is a rematch of an earlier matchup from this season, one in which Creekside won by a score of 6-3. Creekside is 2-1 this season against teams they've already seen once. Can they get it done for a second time against Spruce Creek? The Knights, the common theme in their 2 wins is they lost to those teams, Atlantic Coast and Haggerty, their first time around. Bartram Trail, they lost to once, and when they saw them a day later, lost that one as well. Spruce Creek had a rematch with Windermere, one of only 2 teams to beat them this season. Obviously, the other one, Creekside. Windermere was leading that game 3-0 in the 6th, but Spruce Creek able to muster a comeback and knock off the Wolverines to advance to the championship. Time now to take a look at the batting order for the Creekside Knights. They are led off by Zach Jackson, followed by Hunter Schlegel and Connor Belizik. Parker Morton, Drew Williams, and Mike Bysham in the heart of the order, with Tavern Blancett, Aiden Benechek, and Tony Romeo rounding things out. The same batting order for the last 3 days, and it has been working for the Creekside Knights. They are going up against Micah Sanders on the mound for Spruce Creek. Sanders, the senior, stands at 5'9", 182. The lefty has a fastball in the low 80s. He's committed to Erskine College, same as the Creekside shortstop Aiden Benechek, who will be batting 9th in the order today for the Creekside Knights. Zach Jackson steps up to the plate. A little chillier than normal out here, but the sun makes it even out. The real temperature 61. It feels like a little higher. The wind blowing at 10 miles per hour here in Daytona Beach. Blowing in today with gusts up to 13. Jackson takes ball 1. We are underway. First pitch at 4:01. This is a game where both teams are starting to run a little low on pitching. You're playing your 4th game in 4 days. I think for Creekside, a big key to this one is being able to strike early and score first. Jackson awaits the 1-1. Takes upstairs, 2-1. Sanders making his 5th appearance of the season. He's only pitched 2 2/3. He's got a record of 0-1 and ERA at 2.62. Struck out 5 while walking 2. Opponents hitting 100 off of Sanders. He's got to be able to control the strike zone in this one, something he has struggled to do here against Zach Jackson. Behind in the count, 3-1. The pitch. He walked him, ball 4. The Knights leadoff man aboard. Time now to take a look at how Spruce Creek shapes up on defense. In the outfield, it is Mason Standers with Tyler Boyerson and Nate Ricco. Haig, Crown, Garcia, and Badalato across the infield, with Seamus Moylan behind the plate. And Micah Sanders on the mound. Pickoff move, and Jackson back safely. We got 3 umpires for this championship game, 1 behind the plate, 2 out in the field. The lefty fires up and in on a fellow lefty, Hunter Schlegel, the DH, and after being unable to find the strike zone on 5 of his first 6 pitches, he'll get a visit from the pitching coach. Spruce Creek is led by Matthew Cleveland in his 5th season as the Hawks head man. They currently sit ranked 8th in the state with a record of 14-2. Creekside, led by Coach Chris King in his 8th season as the Knights head coach, picked up his 125th win against Atlantic Coast last night. Creekside came into the week ranked 66th, and it'll be interesting to see how much they jump in those rankings after taking down the number 7 and number 3 teams in the state respectively. Also picking up a win against Atlantic Coast by a score of 7-2 last night. It's been quite the tournament for Creekside. In their first game against Haggerty, a team that beat them by a score of 2-0 back in February. The Knights came back from down 4-3 in the 6th, took that game by a score of 6-4, scoring the tying run in the 6th and the winning run in the 7th. Matt Bysham, Xander Brown, and Drew Williams all pitching really well in that one for Creekside. And then against Windermere, the Knights controlled that game for a long time. As that ball skips away, a low pickoff move, and Jackson will advance into scoring position and takes a long turn at second. The throw is there. He's going for third, and he is safe as the ball skips away. Chaos on the base paths. Jackson took a wide turn around second as Bottolato was going to pick up the ball. It looked like he was trying for third, thought better of it. The throw into second, and when Jackson saw that, he knew if he went back to second base, he was dead to rights. So he kept on going to third, and it pays off. Creekside got the leadoff man 90 feet away. 2-1 count on Schlegel. Here's the pitch. Takes up high for ball 3. Connor Belizik is on deck. Big breath for Micah Sanders. Gets back on the rubber, comes set, and the pitch. Swung on and missed in the dirt, strike 2. If you're Sanders, a strikeout would be huge. Can he get it? No, he cannot. He walks Schlegel, ball 4, runners at the corners and nobody out. And Connor Belizik up to the plate. Back-to-back walks to get things started, and Belizik, with the runner on third yesterday, went the opposite way for an RBI double. Driving in the first run of the game, he's got runners on first and third, nobody out in the top of the first inning. Belizik entered this tournament with 3 home runs in his last 4 games. In the minor league ballpark, he's made some good contact, hasn't gotten anything out. He's still got 2 extra base hits, both doubles. The sophomore catcher enters this game hitting .510 at the plate. OPS at 1,472, 3 home runs, 17 RBIs on the season. He can go opposite field. He likes to do it a lot, and there's a big hole in that 4-3 gap. Ball 2, 2-0 on Connor Belizik. Trying to get into the zone. Sanders does not. Ball 3 is high. Big opportunity for the Creekside Knights. 3-0 count. Belizik will probably have the green light. There's a good chance if Sanders can locate it, he's getting a good pitch to hit. The 3-0. Ball 4, he walked him on 4 pitches. Spruce Creek does have action in the bullpen. Gunnar Dixon, the junior righty, is up and throwing. He's only pitched 1 inning this season. After walking the bases loaded, that might do it for Micah Sanders. This is Matt Cleveland coming out to the mound. Still no movement coming in from the bullpen. The left fielder is coming in to talk to a coach on the left field line. There's a very good chance this ends up a slugfest out here as you're playing your 4th game in 4 days. A lot of your top guys have thrown, and these are 2 very powerful offenses. And Creekside, especially since making that turn to March, the offense averaged 3.7 runs per game in February. They've had 6.2 runs per game in March, and that's in a larger sample size as well. They went 3-4 through 7 in February, 7-2 in March. And in the month of March, they have beaten some really impressive teams. They've got wins over Lincoln, Haggerty, Windermere, the Spruce Creek Hawks. And Spruce Creek came into this one fired up. There's a ball that rolls onto the infield as Parker Morton steps up. He had an RBI double yesterday, as it was ruled. I originally scored it a triple. Bases loaded, nobody out. Strike 1. Spruce Creek, Creekside played the game after them yesterday, went down to the field, and I could hear them saying, we aren't losing to these guys a second time. They were fired up for today, and they want their revenge. The 0-2 pitch, fouled away by Parker Morton. I asked him after the game last night how Creekside was, what it would mean for them to take home a 42 Classic championship. He said they're just approaching it as another day, another game, trying not to make it anything special and do too much out there. Bit of a different mindset from that third base dugout. The Knights had that revenge attitude going into Haggerty and Atlantic Coast. It's a powerful thing. Bases loaded, 1-2 count. Sanders, kick and the pitch. Inside, that hit Parker Morton. No, it did not. I thought that hit him in the back of the knee. Must have narrowly avoided it there. So ball 2, making it 2-2. Here's the pitch. Is sent into right field. That is a fair ball base hit. 1 run scores. Ball is mishandled. Scoring is Schlegel. 2 runs will come in. The Knights strike first, 2-0. Courtesy of Parker Morton. Creekside loads the bases on walks. A single and an error puts Parker Morton out on second with 2 RBIs. Still nobody out, 2 runners in scoring position. Drew Williams up to the plate. First pitch to Williams. Down low, ball 1. Williams committed to Hocking College. He is hitting .300 on the season in 20 at-bats, got 4 RBIs. Down in the dirt, 2-0 on the Creekside right fielder. This is the second matchup this season between the Hawks and the Knights, and there's a good chance they could see him as well in the playoffs. That's the interesting part about playing a team in your region, not just once, but now twice in the regular season. Same goes with Haggerty. As Williams sits this one over to second, and a jumping catch made by Payson Garcia for the first out of the inning. Michael Bysham with runners on second and third. Knights lead 2-0 in the top of the first inning. The Knights center fielder was on a 6-game hit streak. He's been held hitless in his last 2. Takes inside, 1-0. Bysham with runners in scoring position this season hitting .400. He's had that clutch gene in him throughout his entire career as a Creekside Knight. Shoots this one out to shortstop. Throw will go to home, and that will get Belizik by quite a bit. Runners at the corners with 2 outs in the inning. You have the base open at first. It's a bit of a risk that the Knights took there, sending Belizik home, and in the end, it did not work. Tavern Blancett has had himself a really nice trip to Daytona. Can he build on it and build on the Knights' first inning advantage? First pitch, a good one, comes back into the zone for a strike. Blancett picked up 2 hits yesterday, reached base all 3 times at the plate. Had a 2-run single against Windermere on Wednesday. Bisham takes off for second. This ball back up the middle and through into left center. Scoring is Morton. Bisham on his way to third. He'll put on the brakes there. Blancett is now caught up in between first and second. Throw goes to first. It will not get him. 3-0 Creekside on the single from Tavern Blancett. There was nobody on first base. Blancett took the turn. Wild inning on the bases so far. Runners at the corners. 3-0 Knights, and it's Tony Romeo. He takes strike 1. That was hard contact off the bat of Tavern Blancett, and I was worried with Devin Crown coming over to try to cover second on the steal if it was right at him, but just got past that glove. Romeo, ground ball out to second. Garcia on to Crown to end the inning. Creekside nets 3 runs in the top of the first inning. Hudson Hyatt will climb the mound when we return for the bottom of the first inning on Schlick Sports.
When you think sports, you think Action Sports Jacks, the official station of the Jaguars, on location for every game. But the most experienced team in town doesn't stop there. From high school football to the big events in the area, Action Sports Jacks is always on. Now, we take that to a new level. Action Sports Jacks 24/7 is around-the-clock coverage of the teams you love and the moments you can't miss. The best local sports in Jacksonville on Action Sports Jacks 24/7.
Taking a look at how the Spruce Creek Hawks align on offense today. They are led off by Tyler Boyesen, followed by Devin Crown and L.J. Edwards. Badalado, Garcia, and Rico 4-5-6 with Mason Sanders, Tate Haig, and Seamus Moylan 7-8-9. Out on the mound getting the start for the Creekside Knights is Hudson Hyatt. The sophomore stands at 6'4", 175. A three-pitch mix with a fastball around 85-86 is the scouting report. He's made 1 start this season. That came against Atlantic Coast, in which he got roughed up a little bit. In just an inning and a third, picked up the loss. 5 hits, 4 runs, 3 earned. He had a phenomenal freshman season on the mound. Has been hit around a little bit so far this year. His ERA at 7.50 in 4 appearances, but trying to get into a rhythm and find that form he was in last year. First pitch is grounded out to shortstop. Benechek to Blancett. One away. Hyatt had a good start last year against Lincoln. He ate up some good innings for Creekside in his freshman year. The ERA last season for Hyatt was 185. Over 11 1/3 on the mound. 3-0 Creekside after the Knights able to plate 3 runs in the top half of the first inning. Took advantage of some free bases, loaded the bases with nobody out, got 3 runs home. Devin Crown at the plate, 2-1 count. Hyatt has walked 3 batters while striking out 3. Opponents hitting .275 off of Hyatt this season. He's got to control the ball a little better for success in this one as Benechek with a nice play over to first and a good stretch from Blancett, keeping his foot on the bag for out number 2. And Matt Cleveland is now coming across the diamond, and he wants to argue this. Matt Cleveland was not happy with a couple calls apparently yesterday, and he's not typically afraid to voice his opinion. I think right here he's arguing for interference. All 3 umpires coming into conference. I don't think it affected anything on the play whatsoever. Blancett had to reach across to make the play. I'd be surprised if this one does get overturned. It's a long talk. Good throw on the run from Benechek. And they do switch the call to safe. And Chris King not furthering the argument. I think the ruling, Blancett had to reach across the base path to make the throw, to make the catch. The throw still beat him by a good bit, but I believe in the end it's a fair call right there with Blancett's positioning. LJ Edwards, the DH, up at the plate. Committed to Duke, got a perfect game grade of 10, transferred into Spruce Creek from DeLand a couple of years ago. He's got a real powerful bat, good player, but he's been struggling during his senior season, hitting just 170. Got 1 home run, 10 RBIs. He's been able to produce some runs, but that batting average, not where he'd like it to be. Swings through that one. Way ahead of the off-speed pitch. That play ruled an error on Aiden Benechek. That was a tough play from shortstop. On the run, threw against his body weight. Nearly made the play. 2 balls and 2 strikes on LJ Edwards. Runner on first with 1 out. Both balls put in play have been ground balls to shortstop. Hyatt would do for another one of those right now. Runner goes, ball kicks to the backstop. Taking the turn and staying at second is Devin Crown, a runner into scoring position for Spruce Creek on the pass ball. Belizik would have had to put a good block on that one as is, and I think he tried to pick that one just with his glove to make a throw to second. Ended up missing the ball. Full count on LJ Edwards, Bottolato on deck. Ground ball to second. Little trouble with it. Romeo sneaks by him into center field. One run in on the play, and it is 3-1. Romeo had a similar ground ball last night that he should have had. That one, not sure if it rolled up his body. I'm not sure if it was after it took a hop or what. Might be something with the turf and how the ball plays, but back-to-back errors by this Creekside defense allows a run to score. Bottolato up at the plate. He's hitting .222, 1 home run, 11 RBIs. OPS at 662 on the season. He's been a contributor on the Spruce Creek team for a few years. Ball outside, 2-0. Hyatt's struggling to find that strike zone, and Chris King gonna go talk with his sophomore pitcher-catcher duo. It's now 14 pitches from Hudson Hyatt. Only 6 of them have been strikes. Hyatt out there laughing, adjusting his sleeve after something Chris King told him. Maybe trying to settle the nerves of Hyatt. Climbs the rubber. Runner on first with 1 away. 2-run advantage for the Creekside Knights. High fly ball down the left field side. That is out of play. That will roll its way on into the Halifax River. Three-1 on the first baseman. They're saying that one hit him in the hand. I heard metal up here. And that's what Creekside heard as well. They want a foul ball. That wasn't just me, right? It definitely hit him, but I think it hit the knob of the bat first. We've got a neutral figure in here saying he heard off the bat as well. And the call will stand. So it's ruled a hit by pitch, 2 on, 1 out. Payson Garcia up with runners on first and second. Down and in, Hyatt needs to find that strike zone. Xander Brown and Reese Knight running out to the bullpen. Close pitch, doesn't get the call, 2-0. We've got 2 men up throwing for Creekside, 1 throwing a football in the Spruce Creek bullpen. It's funny how we've seen the football make its way into baseball in the warm-up routine of a lot of pitchers. Especially in the last few years, more and more we see that Creekside brings a football to every game. 3-0 count. Hyatt to the plate. Strike 1. Last 3 men have reached, 2 on errors, 1 on a hit by pitch. In on the hands, that popped foul over the dugout and into the stands. Full count on Payson Garcia. This feels like one that Hyatt needs on the mound. The payoff pitch. Blooped out into left. Jackson ranging over, makes the play for out number 2. For Hyatt, you can argue they should maybe have 3 outs in this inning already. He struggled to find the strike zone, but there hasn't been any hard contact into the outfield yet. There's been 1 hard ground ball. But for the most part, he's been doing his job when he's throwing strikes. 2 on, 2 out. Up and in on Nate Rico. He leads the team with a .429 batting average. He's got 10 RBIs this season. Fouls one off. 1 ball and 1 strike on the right fielder. Hyatt's gone deep into each of his last 4 counts. There's strike 2. One ball, 2 strikes. Hyatt's pitch. Fought off, we'll do it again. Josh Huber, the Knights foul ball man, just got back in to the field after retrieving that first one. Put his head down and he's like, well, back out to the concourse. Another 1-2. And another foul ball. I feel like Huber may like to do it because he's been doing it for each game. I feel like the Knights should have one of the sophomore JV guys that are traveling with the team on that assignment. Let the seniors sit in the dugout in peace. Another 2-strike offering is upstairs. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Nate Rico. Two on, 2 out, and a 2-2 count. Time called at the plate. Rico's been battling, seeing a lot of pitches. This will be pitch number 7 of the at-bat. Here it is. Back up the middle. Diving stop. Benechek going to second to end the inning. Aiden Benechek flashes the leather, and Hudson Hyatt pitches his way out of the jam. Knights lead 3-1 after 1 in the 42 Challenge Championship. 4 runs in the first inning, making it 3-1 Creekside. It'll be 9-1-2 coming up to face Micah Sanders and a pair of Erskine College commits getting ready to battle it out right here, Sanders and Benechek. Creekside loaded the bases back in the first, got 3 runs home. Spruce Creek responded with 1, slow chopper to second, and that retires Benny 1 down. This brings up Zach Jackson. Want to wish Zach a happy birthday today. It was Tavern Blancett's birthday yesterday. The Knights celebrated that with a win. And then Jackson today looking to celebrate in a similar fashion. Two balls, no strikes. Jackson fouls one away. He walked in a 3-1 count his first time up. Another foul ball makes it 2-2. Sanders had a rough first inning. He walked 3 batters, allowed 2 hits, 3 runs. Looking to bounce back here, got the leadoff man, and a 2-strike count on Zach Jackson. Here's the pitch. Foul tipped, strike 3 into the mitt. 2 down. Brings up Hunter Schlegel. He worked a 4-pitch walk his first time up. Sanders has been doing a better job of filling up the strike zone here in the second. Good curveball. Finds its way into the zone for strike 1. Another one that cuts in. Front door breaking ball for strike 2. Will he do it again? Goes with the fastball, and Schlegel can't catch up to it. It's a 1-2-3 response for Micah Sanders. 3-1 ball game at the home of the Tortugas. Tonight's game is brought to you by Happy Pools, Jacksonville's hometown pool service. At Happy Pools, we care enough to know your name when you call, but we're also big enough to handle all your pool care needs. Right now, new customers get their first 3 months of service for just $99 a month when you mention this ad. Text Creekside25 to 904-980-8512 to see if you qualify and see why more local families trust Happy Pools to keep their pool happy. It's been a bit of a messy ball game so far. 3-1 is our score. Both teams have committed 2 errors. Spruce Creek with 1 run on no hits. Creekside with 3 runs on 2 hits. Hudson Hyatt stranded 2 on base in the first, did allow 1 run. You saw Micah Sanders bounce back from a rough first inning in the top half of the second. Now he's trying to send a message of his own. Gets a strike across Mason Sanders, the left fielder. Goes down and in. They say it hit him. Leadoff man on. Tate Haig at the plate. The third baseman making his first plate appearance of the game, hitting 194, still getting on base at the 359 mark this season. This is a Spruce Creek team that is outscoring their opponents this year 130-35 coming into this game. They average over 8 runs per game and give up just over 2. Line drive right at third for 1, and that's all Creekside's going to get on that play. Morton ready in the hot corner. 1 out brings up Seamus Moylan. I'd say Moylan about as good of a 9-hole hitter as you're going to get. Hits .306, OPS over 900. His on-base percentage at .490. He's worked 10 walks this year, driven in 6 runs. Kind of acts as that second leadoff man. Showing bunt. Pulls back, that's a strike. Now a chat between Moylan and Matthew Cleveland down the third base line. Morton is playing in about parallel with the third base bag. He's not on the grass. Moylan not showing bunt yet. He's swinging. Takes ball 2. Hyatt looking for a ground ball on the infield. Fastball way upstairs, 3-1. Pitch down low, ball 4. Second free base of the inning, and that might do it for Hudson Hyatt. Yeah, they're going to make a call to the bullpen. Back after this pitching change, brought to you by Brightway Insurance, the Baselli Agency. When you are ready to make a change on your home or auto insurance, go to bwquote.com.
Get local sports on demand with Action Sports Jacks 24/7. All sports, all local, all the time. From the locker room to the field, the Jacks, high school football, the Jacksonville Armada, and don't forget, the Brett and Austin Show.
They're all in on Trevor. Of course.
Download the Action News Jacks Now app, available wherever you stream or at actionnewsjacks.com. TV, phone, laptop, desktop. Action Sports Jacks 24/7. Jacksonville sports, all the time.
Time now for a pitching change brought to you by Brightway Insurance, the Biselli Agency. When you are ready to make a change on your home or auto insurance, go to bwquote.com. The new pitcher for the Creekside Knights is Xander Brown. He enters with 2 on, 1 out. The sophomore southpaw is making his 4th appearance of the season. He's gone 2 2/3, hasn't allowed a run. He's struck out 1, walked 1, and hit 1. Opponents hitting .273 off of Brown this season. He gets ready to face the top of the order, the leadoff man, Tyler Boyesen. First pitch, curveball, ball 1. Free bases have been an issue so far for both sides. A couple of errors by the Creekside defense, a hit by pitch, 2 hit by pitches, I should say, and a walk. The Knights have allowed, and for Spruce Creek, they've walked 3 batters, committed 2 errors of their own. Brown coming in here, and you'd like to see him force some soft contact and let that defense work. Line drive to left. Jackson going back. Makes the catch for out number 2. Hard contact off the bat, but it'll work if it's right at an outfielder. 2 down brings up Devin Crown. He reached on an error his first time up. He's got runners on first and second. Creekside leads 3-1 in the bottom of the 2nd inning. That pitch goes behind Devin Crown for ball 1. Creekside into their bullpen already in the 2nd inning. Xander Brown hasn't gone multiple innings this season. He hasn't gone more than 2. Fly ball to center. Bysham running over, makes the catch to end the inning. Bysham covers some ground, heads into left center. Xander Brown comes in and forces a pair of flyouts to end the inning. Spruce Creek gets a couple base runners but can't get anything across the plate. 3-1 Creekside is our score on Schlick Sports. That One Painter First Coast is here for your home service needs. We specialize in residential and commercial interior and exterior painting, whole house pressure washing, cabinet refinishing, stucco repair, and more. Call 904-417-3557 for your free estimate today. Top of the 3rd inning, Micah Sanders bounced back from a rough first frame, set the Knights down in order in the 2nd. He was able to do a nice job of throwing strikes, something he did not do a good job of in the 1st. He's got 3, 4, 5 coming up, looking to fill up the strike zone and keep this lead where it is for the Creekside Knights as they're up by 2 in the top of the 3rd inning. Way outside, first pitch to Connor Belizik. He walked back in the 1st. Shoots one out to left. That's a base hit. Belizik on first. That'll bring up Parker Morton. The third baseman, Haig, coming in expecting a bunt. Morton had a quick chat with Chris King before stepping up to the plate. Belizik is running for himself, something you don't see too often from catchers, and something Creekside's just started doing in the last couple games. Morton shows bunt, pulls it back, goes for the slash, and sends it just foul down that third base line. So now Haig still playing in on the grass at third. No sign of bunt yet from Morton. He's swinging. It's a ball, throw down to first, not in time. Nearly got Belizik with his signature move. The 1-1. Up high, 2 balls and a strike. Morton had a 2-run single his first time up. The 2-1. Down and in for ball 3. The bullpen is now empty for Spruce Creek. They did have a man up and throwing earlier. Only people in sweatshirts out there right now. 3 balls and a strike on Parker Morton. He takes ball 4. A single and a walk to lead off the top of the third. And the Knights looking at potential for another big inning. Drew Williams stepping up, trying to increase the chances, maybe get a run home. He's got 1 scoring position, 1 on first. Corner infielders both on the grass. Williams lined out his first time up. Shows bunt, pulls back. It's a ball, 1-0. The second pitch to Williams, again showing bunt, again pulls back. That one catches the outside part of the plate, 1-1. Choking way up on the bat, bunting all the way. Misses on that attempt, 1-2. We'll see if they still try for the bunt with 2 strikes or if Williams is swinging away. Still choking up. Not quite as much, though. The 1-2. Called strike 3, out number 1. Michael Bysham coming up to the plate. Runners on first and second. He reached on a fielder's choice his first time up. Shows bunt, pops it up. That ball is down, foul. Strike 1. Little drag bunt there from Bysham. Typically a very good bunter. He's got a lot of speed as well, challenging the fielders to make a throw to first quickly. No sign of a bunt there. Takes ball one down and away. Down low again. Hitters count for Michael Bysham. The 2-1 from Micah Sanders. Swing and a miss there. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Sanders hunting for that strikeout. I'd go back to that fastball. Runners go. Pitch is swung on and sent through into right. That scores Belichick. Williams slipped and fell coming across second. He's back safely on the hit and run. Mike Bysham brings him home. 4-1 Creekside. Sorry, that was Morton who was running out around second. Matt Cleveland out to the mound. And that will do it for Micah Sanders. After the RBI single from Mike Bysham, it is 4-1 Creekside, 2 on, 1 out. After this pitching change brought to you by Brightway Insurance, the Baselli Agency. When you are ready to make a change on your home or auto insurance, go to bwquote.com. Top of the third inning, 2 on, 1 out, and the pitching change, Devin Crown enters for Spruce Creek. He's making his first appearance on the mound this season. Has not pitched yet this year. However, he did cover 20 innings last year over 11 appearances for the Spruce Creek Hawks with an ERA at 1.40. He's got a fastball that runs up to 87 miles per hour according to Perfect Game. Coming in from shortstop, Gavin Rape is now at the shortstop position. First pitch, fastball to Tavern Blansett, who swings and misses at strike 1. Wonder if he's been dealing with an injury or something. I'm not sure why a guy who pitched so well for them last year hasn't pitched yet this year. He's got good velo. Last year he struck out 25 while walking 6 in his 20 innings. He's got runners on first and second. 4-1 ball game. Goes inside. 2-1 on Blansett. Crown committed to Mississippi College. Pickoff move to first. Back in time is Mike Bysham. Bysham on first, Morton on second. 2-1 count on Blancett. He had an RBI single his first time up. Takes one in on the hands and fights it back, 2-2. The righty Crown gets the sign. Comes set at the waist. Morton way off at second, and he got the balk. Crown had come set. He saw Morton kind of jump start over at second. He flinched, and just like that, 2 in scoring position. 2-2 count. Blancett trying to deliver again. Check swing, did he go? Yes, he did. Drop third strike, finishes him off. 2 outs. And that brings up Tony Romeo. The sophomore has come up big for the Creekside Knights many a times this season. He's hitting .556 with runners in scoring position. Picked up an RBI single yesterday. And the walk-off single against Windermere on Wednesday. First pitch strike on the inside part of the plate. 0-1. Hard contact but foul, 0-2. The shortstop Rape is playing way over, nearly halfway between shortstop and third base. There is a giant gap up the middle. And that's what Romeo's got to be thinking here, middle of the field. Takes it to the middle, right at the center fielder Boyesen, and that will end the inning. Creekside gets one more across in the third. They lead 4-1. Tonight's game is brought to you by Happy Pools, Jacksonville's hometown pool service. At Happy Pools, we care enough to know your name when you call, but we're also big enough to handle all your pool care needs. Right now, new customers get their first 3 months of service for just $99 a month when you mention this ad. Text Creekside25 to 904-980-8512 to see if you qualify and see why more local families trust Happy Pools to keep their pool happy. Bottom of the third inning, 4-1 Creekside over Spruce Creek. It's Edwards, Badalado, Garcia, 3-4-5 coming up to face Xander Brown. He entered in relief of Hudson Hyatt with 2 on and 1 out an inning ago. Came in, got 2 flyouts. He's trying to eat up some innings for the Creekside Knights. Edwards way out ahead of the fastball. The 1-1. Swung on and sent to center, going back. Bysham still tracking back. It's over his head and to the wall. Edwards will stay put at second with a stand-up double. Man into scoring position. Brings up Badalato. That was great contact there from L.J. Edwards. Probably traveled about 380 feet. Badalato takes down and in. He was hit by a pitch his first time up. Pops this one up. Romeo fighting the sun, settles under it, makes the catch. One away now in the third. Romeo's looking right into direct sunlight. No sunglasses. Didn't look like he was really shading it either. Still able to track that ball in. And the wind adding an extra element as well. Saw him kind of wobbling around and got a little worried there. Runner in scoring position with one away. Payson Garcia takes inside. Sent to third, that's down the left field line and fair. Edwards will score. Garcia headed for second as Jackson picks it up. It will be an RBI double, make it 4-2. Second double of the inning. Reese Knight is up and going for Creekside in the bullpen. At the very least, I think they'd like to see Brown get through this third inning. You've got Drew Williams and Mike Bysham, who have pitches to throw in the outfield. Those are your late inning guys. I'd imagine the plan for Creekside, use Brown and Reese to get through the fourth or fifth inning. Strike one to Rico. Representing the tying run at the plate. Takes down and away. 1 ball and 1 strike. Brown to the plate. Sent down the right field line. Coming in, Williams will not be able to get to it. It drops foul. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Rico. It's been interesting to see the outfielders, especially in right field. You got a lot of ground to cover out here. Much different than a high school ballpark. It's made the outfield very interesting, some of the plays. One-two count. Curveball in the dirt. Count evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Brown comes set, steps off. Feeling like you got to go back into the zone right here. 3-2 against a tough hitter in Rico. Favors him. Back up the middle at Romeo. Off his glove. 1 run will score. It's 4-3. That one took a tough hop on him, but it's one that Romeo should have had. Got to make sure you stay in front of that ball and knock it down. Back to a 1-run game, 1 out, tying run on first. Strike 1 across the plate to Mason Sanders. Shows bunt, pulls back, takes low for a ball. Swings and pops one up. Belichick towards the wall. And that one goes out of play. Two-strike count. Brown comes set. Makes a move to first. Back in time is Rico. Inside, that got him. And that's going to do it for Xander Brown. 4-3 Creekside with the lead, but threatening are the Spruce Creek Hawks. They've got the tying run on second, go-ahead run on first. Bottom of the 3rd inning, time for a pitching change brought to you by Brightway Insurance, the Baselli Agency. Reese Knight, the new pitcher, to take on Tate Haig with runners on first and second, 1 away in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Creekside leads 4-3. Knight with his first pitch. It's sent over to third. Foul ball. Knight making his 5th appearance of the season. He's gone 2 1/3 so far. Hasn't given up any runs and has a whip at 1.29. He struck out 3 while walking 3. The key for Knight, find that strike zone. Nearly hit Haig there. The 1-1 from Knight. In on the hands and fought off. Connor Belzic going out to talk with Reese. Looking over towards second. Communicating with his middle infielders now. Gets back up on the mound. Pickoff move back to second, and that one goes off the glove of Romeo into center. Breaking for third and getting in there safely is Nate Ricco. I think Romeo might just have the yips right now. The 1-2 pitch. Popped up. Over towards second. Romeo calls for it. Makes the catch for out number 2. Seamus Moylan with runners on first and third. The tying run 90 feet away in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Moylan reached on a walk his first time up. Into the zone, strike 1. Knight is set. Runner will take second. There's 2 in scoring position. The ball was just outside. Good off-speed pitch. Looked like the curveball there from Knight. Front door breaking ball for strike 2. Tying run on third, go-ahead run on second. Knight will have to wait his time called by Moylan at the plate. The 2-strike pitch. Swung on, sent to third, gloved by Morton, throws across the diamond and got him to end the inning. Reese Knight comes out of the bullpen and strands the tying run on third. Knights with the 4-3 lead after Spruce Creek plates 2 in the 3rd. On to the 4th on Schlick Sports.
Get local sports on demand with Action Sports Shacks 24/7. All sports, all local, all the time. From the locker room to the field, the Jacks, high school football, the Jacksonville Armada, and don't forget the Brett and Austin Show.
They're all in on Trevor. Of course.
Download the Action News Jacks Now app, available wherever you stream or at actionnewsjacks.com. TV, phone, laptop, desktop. Action Sports Shacks 24/7. Jacksonville sports, all the time.
Knights up by 1 with a 4-3 lead in the top of the 4th inning, and you get the sense that 4 is probably not going to be enough in this one. Both of these offenses have been clicking. Both the bats in that Spruce Creek dugout. Creekside will be looking for more runs. 4 innings to go. It's 4-3 Knights. Benechek leading things off. Bloops one out into shallow right field. That ball is caught by Nate Ricco. 1 pitch, 1 out in the top of the 4th. Zach Jackson steps up. Devin Crown entered in relief with 2 on base, was able to get the strikeout and the flyout, which ended the inning. That fastball runs in there quickly on a hitter in the mid to high 80s. Creekside jumped out to a 3-0 lead in the top of the 1st inning. Spruce Creek got 1 in the bottom of the 1st. The Knights plated 1 in the top half of the 3rd. Spruce Creek responded with 2 in the bottom. So if Spruce Creek's only responding to Creekside runs, then the Knights should think about not scoring again. Therefore, nothing to respond to in the bottom of the inning. That was a bad joke. That one bombed. The 3-1. Inside, he walked him. Runner on first. 1 away. Brings up Hunter Schlegel. He's 0 for 1. Reached on a walk and scored in the 1st and struck out in the 2nd. Creekside Baseball is brought to you in part by Triple Crown Fence. Call today for a free estimate at 305-331-9377. Pickoff move. And that one is wild. Trying to chase that one down. Bottolato as Jackson is on his way to 3rd. The throw will go to 3rd. It's cut off. And Zach Jackson 90 feet away. Jackson's got good speed. Schlegel a good bunter. Infield in for Spruce Creek. The 1-0 into the zone for a strike. Runner on 3rd with 1 out. Schlegel swings and lifts this one down the left field line, tracking into foul ground. Catch is made. Jackson tagging up, and he will score as the left fielder Sanders tripped over that pitcher's mound in the bullpen. And it is 5-3 Knights. That was a great play by Mason Sanders to make that catch, but probably one he should have let drop. As, hold on, we've got the umpires now talking about something. Not sure what this is right here. A sac fly as it stands for Hunter Schlegel. And now they're signaling Matthew Cleveland over to talk. They're looking at the book. Now Cleveland's outpouring at the mound. So no idea what that break was for. But it is 5-3 Knights. Now 2 outs in the inning. Base is empty. Schlegel gets the job done with the sac fly. Now Connor Belizik trying to start something new with 2 outs. And that's what you got to do if you're Creekside. Just continue to add on. And when you get opportunities like that, you get that runner into scoring position, get him home. The 1-1. Swing and a miss through the fastball. 2 strikes on Belizik. The 1-2 kind of slaps at that one, and it is out of play for a foul ball. One ball, 2 strikes. Outside for ball 2. Belizik, my train of thought going back to that first inning, he worked a 3-ball count, worked a walk. Then in the third, he singled and scored. The 2-2. Down the right field line. If it's fair, it's dangerous. It is foul. Count remains 2-2. Out by the Yuengling flight deck. The 2-2. Throws him inside, and that ends the inning. Creekside gets one on the sac fly. They lead by 2, heading into the bottom of the 4th. That One Painter First Coast is here for your home service needs. We specialize in residential and commercial interior and exterior painting, whole house pressure washing, cabinet refinishing, stucco repair, and more. Call 904-417-3557 for your free estimate today. Reese Knight came in and worked a good inning in relief of Xander Brown in the 3rd, and now he's out to start the 4th. Facing the top of the order, Boyerson, Crown, and Edwards due up. Knight did a good job of finding the strike zone. Forced some soft contact. Trying to continue to do so in the 4th inning. Creekside with a 5-3 lead. And this is the 42 Challenge Championship in Daytona Beach. Creekside with wins in their pool over Haggerty and Windermere to reach the semifinals, where they took down Atlantic Coast 7-2. Spruce Creek beat Vieira 4-0 and Beachside 7-2. They then came back from down 3-0 to beat Windermere in the semifinal yesterday. The 0-2 from Reese Knight. Sky down the left field line. Jackson runs over and makes the catch for the first out of the fourth. Creekside won the first ever tournament 2 years ago, 2023. The Knights in that championship game went 10 innings with Sandalwood before Michael Bysham, who's out in center field right now, walked that one off. The Knights with a walk-off win a couple nights ago against Windermere as a slow chopper down the third baseline. Charging is Morton, gathers and throws, not quite in time to beat Devin Crown. That was a tough play. Wanted to make sure he didn't make an inaccurate throw. Bang, bang play and beat it by a step. One out base runner now for Spruce Creek. Creekside had wins in that tournament over Oviedo, Vieira, Spruce Creek, and then Sandalwood in the championship. LJ Edwards swings and misses at strike one. The Knights did not get a chance to participate in this tournament last year, as their spring break didn't line up with the 42 Challenge last year. I could have swore it was called the 42 Classic the first year. I think the name has changed. That year, Creekside advanced to they beat Spruce Creek in the semifinal by a score of 7-2. They were disappointed last year because they really enjoyed their time here in Daytona 2023. That was kind of the highlight of the season. They wanted to come back, defend their crown last year, didn't get the chance, so especially for the guys who are on that 2023 team, really pumped up to come back and get a chance to make another run at the tournament championship this year. And they entered their pool as probably the underdogs, right? Well, definitely the underdogs behind Haggerty and Windermere. Not many expected them to win that pool. Took care of business there, beat AC, and now they've got a chance with the lead over Spruce Creek. Still a long ways to go, however. We're in the bottom of the fourth inning. This has been a slugfest so far. A runner in scoring position now after the stolen base for Devin Crown. LJ Edwards got a lot of pop at the plate. 3-2 count. Trying to get on base as the tying run. The pitch from Reese Knight. Swung on and missed. Strike three. Big time strikeout for out number two. This brings up Lucas Badalato. He is 0 for 1 with a pop out in this one. Runner on second. At the very least, Spruce Creek would love to cut that lead in half. Badalato takes one behind him. That curveball got away from Reese. 1-0 count. Up in the Spruce Creek bullpen, Gunnar Dixon. He was up there throwing in the first. He's kind of standing there right now. Down and away, 2-0. Hitters count for Badalato. Strike one. Looked like a changeup right there, something slow. It's tough to tell with the breakup here. You just kind of got to judge by speed and how it moves left to right or right to left. Gets the call on the outside corner, 2-2 count. Runner on second with 2 outs in the bottom of the 4th. Big time moment here for Creekside and Reese Knight. Here's the pitch. Swing, foul tip, and that goes off of Belizik. We'll do it again. The runner on second is Devin Crown. Another 2-2 from Reese Knight. Looped out to center, Bysham coming in. He will not be able to get to it. 1 run scores, and it is 5-4. 2 outs, 2 strikes, a big time hit there for Lucas Badalato. Extends the inning, gets it to Payson Garcia. Anytime Creekside has scored, Spruce Creek has had a response. The only inning in which Creekside didn't score was the second. Spruce Creek was also held scoreless in that inning. Payson Garcia is 1 for 2 with an RBI double. Knight with the delivery. Into the zone, 1-1. Garcia standing in on the plate, crowding the inside. Takes high for ball 2. The 1-1 from Reese Knight. That hit him. Moves the tying run into scoring position. Drew Williams had thrown earlier. He's in right field. Looks like Creekside will stick with Knight. He faces Nate Ricco. He reached on an error his last time up, 0 for 2 on the day. Tying run in scoring position. Two on, 2 out. The 1-1 offering. Here it is. Sky down the left field line. That ball will get out of play. Had home run distance off the bat of Ricco. 1 ball and 2 strikes on the right fielder. Knight needs 1 pitch to get out of the inning. Here it comes. 2-2. Count is even. 1-run game. The pitch. Just outside for ball 3. That's one that's kind of been called 50-50 in this game. Runners will be on the go. Base hit to the outfield will score the runner on second. Nine times out of 10. The 3-2. Back into center, and we are tied. That ball skips away now at third base. They're sending him home. Knight goes to collect, throws home. Spruce Creek has the lead. Chris King going to talk to the umpire now. Probably arguing for interference as Spruce Creek had come out of the dugout. And also at third, not sure, looking back at the replay. I think he wants interference at third base. Also at the throw home as Spruce Creek had run out of the dugout and kind of affected the angle to the ball. I mean, Reese Knight kind of had to throw around Spruce Creek Hawks to throw home. A long talk. Matt Cleveland is not happy. I think they might change this one. They're calling over Chris King. Everyone going back to their positions. And now going over to talk to Matt Cleveland. Reese Knight will exit. Drew Williams coming in. And it looks like this game will remain 6-5 after this pitching change, brought to you by Brightway Insurance, the Baselli Agency. That One Painter First Coast is here for your home service needs. We specialize in residential and commercial interior and exterior painting, whole house pressure washing, cabinet refinishing, stucco repair, and more. Call 904-417-3557 for your free estimate today. 6-5 our score, bottom of the fourth inning. Time now for a pitching change brought to you by Brightway Insurance, the Baselli Agency. When you're ready to make a change for your home or auto insurance, go to bwquote.com. Drew Williams now down by one, got a runner on second. Mason Sanders at the plate, 6-5 our score, 2 outs. Williams trying to limit the damage and end the inning, keeping this game at 1. Williams making his 5th appearance of the season. He's gone 6 innings, a record of 2-0. Hasn't given up any runs, struck out 7 while walking 1. The 1-1 pitch. Fastball low. 2 balls and a strike. Opponents hitting 143 against Williams with runners in scoring position this season. Mason Sanders has been hit by 2 pitches. Hitters count 2-1. Chopper will go foul down that first base side. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Mason Sanders. The delivery from Drew Williams. In the dirt, through the legs of Belichick and to the backstop. The runner will be on third with two outs and a 3-2 count. Williams set. Here's the pitch. Got him looking at strike 3. But the damage done in the bottom of the 4th. 3 runs home for Spruce Creek. They've got their first lead of the game at 6-5. That One Painter First Coast is here for your home service needs. We specialize in residential and commercial interior and exterior painting, whole house pressure washing, cabinet refinishing, stucco repair, and more. Call 904-417-3557 for your free estimate today. Time now for a pitching change brought to you by Brightway Insurance, the Baselli Agency. When you are ready to make a change on your home or auto insurance, go to bwquote.com. The new man on the mound is Gunnar Dixon, making his 2nd appearance of the year. He's gone 1 inning. He has a clean inning, no runs, no hits, struck out 1. 1 hit. He struck out 1. gets ready to face 4, 5, 6 coming up, Morton, Williams, Bysham. Morton takes inside, nearly got him. He's reached base twice, once on a single, once on a walk. Swings through the fastball. 1 ball and 1 strike. Spruce Creek grabbing the lead in the bottom of the 4th with a 3-run inning. They lead 6-5. Creekside has plated 1 run in each of the last 2 innings. Two 1 count. Foul tip, strike 2. Dixon stands at 6'2", 160, fastball in the mid-80s. Takes down and away, 3-2 the count. Pops it up, pops it foul. We'll do it again with a full count. Payoff pitch. Another foul ball from Parker Morton. Pitch number 7 is blooped out into shallow left, and the catch is made by the shortstop, Devin Crown. Out number 1. Drew Williams, the next man up. He's now on the mound for Creekside. 0 for 2 with a line out and a strikeout. Up and in, going towards his head. Ball 1. Chris King will normally yell down to his guys, "Wear it." Right there, he's like, yeah, nice job getting out of the way. Back into the zone for strike 1. One out in the 1-1 pitch. Outside, called strike 2. That one seemed a couple balls off the plate. It's been kind of a toss-up call in this one. The 1-2. Fought off. Williams staying alive. Another 2-strike offering. This one right back to the mound. Gathers it, throw on to first is in time for out number 2. With 2 outs, the base is empty. That brings up Michael Bysham. He's reached base twice, once on a fielder's choice and once on an RBI single. Takes up high for ball 1. There are a couple guys playing catch out in the bullpen for Spruce Creek. One is Anthony Barton, and one is wearing a sweatshirt. Bysham sends this one out to second, and some trouble with it at second base. Payson Garcia commits an error, and it allows Bysham to reach base safely. Brings up Tavern Blansett. Trying to work some two-out magic. Bysham not afraid to steal. I'd imagine Creekside probably sends him here in an attempt to get him into scoring position. Stays put on the first pitch, which goes outside for ball one. Ball two is high. Blansett 1 for 2. He's got a single and a double. Also an RBI for him in this game. Two-0 count. Bysham takes off. Pitch is a strike. Throw down to second. Not going to get him. Runner into scoring position for Tavern Blansett. For Michael Bysham, that is his 9th stolen base of the season. Two on count. Dixon's delivery. Down in the dirt for ball 3. Bysham will stay put at second base. 3-1 count. Joey Dugo is on deck. Here's the pitch. Popped up, sent down the left field line, tracking into foul territory, coming in and missing the catch is Mason Sanders. Overran the ball. Now 3-2. Two outs and a 3-2 count. Dixon to the plate. That one is down and right for a base hit. Bysham scores. Blansett headed for second, and he is in with an RBI double. We are tied. Three-two count with 2 outs. A big-time 2-out RBI for Tavern Blansett. Evens us back up. So now Joey Dugo up to the plate. He's in place of Tony Romeo, making just his 2nd varsity plate appearance. Runner in scoring position. Tie ball game, 6-6. He takes strike 1. I think Bryce Wade is in to run at second. Second pitch to Dugo. Lost his back foot on that swing, 0-2. Oh-2 count on Joey Dugo. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss at strike 3. Throw down to first on the drop third. Ends the inning. However, 2-out rally for the Knights. Bysham reaches on the error, and Tavern Blansett makes Spruce Creek pay with the 2-out RBI double. 6-6 is our score heading into the bottom of the 5th.
When you think sports, you think Action Sports Jacks, the official station of the Jaguars, on location for every game. But the most experienced team in town doesn't stop there. From high school football to the big events in the area, Action Sports Jacks is always on. Now, we take that to a new level. Action Sports Jacks 24/7 is around-the-clock coverage of the teams you love and the moments you can't miss. The best local sports in Jacksonville on Action Sports Jacks 24/7.
First pitch, we'll have to wait as bottom of the fifth inning, 6-6. Drew Williams pitching. First pitch to Tate Haig, sent out to right. Catch is made by Jonah Leiby for out number one. Creekside plating the tying run in the top of the fifth inning. It's been a back and forth ball game, and I imagine Creekside feeling pretty good right now. They've got a tie game. They're into the part of their bullpen where you've got your top two relievers going. You got 9-1-2 coming up for both teams. The number 9 hitter up at the plate right now, Seamus Moylan. There is an arm getting ready in the bullpen for Spruce Creek. We'll let you know who that is when I can identify the number. I think that is C.J. Asbell, the senior righty. The 1-1. Strike at the knees. 1-2 count on Moylan. Williams misses down and away. Came in and got Sanders with the strikeout to end the fourth. Skied to right. Leiby again makes the play. 2 up, 2 down, both on flyouts to right field. Back to the top of the order, and Tyler Boyesen. Boyesen 0 for 3. 2 flyouts and a ground out on the line. 6-6 game, bottom of the fifth, getting into the later stages of this one. First pitch is a ball to Boyesen. He entered this game hitting .326 with 8 RBIs. He's made some good contact, hasn't seen anything fall yet in this one. Full windup, Williams inside for ball 2. 2-1 is the count. Goes back to the curveball. Boyesen did not like that, called strike 2. Recollects himself, steps back into the box. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Williams to the plate. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Drew Williams sets him down 1-2-3 on to the 6th inning. It is 6-6 in the 42 Challenge Championship. This has become a bullpen game. Both of these teams now on their fourth pitcher. And this one new into the game, CJ Asbill. He is making his 9th appearance of the season, leading Spruce Creek in that category. In his previous 8, he has gone 9 1/3 with an ERA at 5.25. Struck out a lot of batters, 14 in his 9 1/3. Really impressive stuff. Hasn't allowed many free bases. 1 walk, 1 hit by pitch. However, opponents hitting .300 against him. It is 9-1-2. Benechek, Jackson, Schlegel coming up for Creekside in the top of the 6th inning. We've got a 6-6 game between Creekside and Spruce Creek. First pitch to Benechek is taken away for a ball. Back into the zone, 1-1. Creekside has got 1 run across in each of the last 3 innings. Benechek goes down swinging at strike 3. Brings up Zach Jackson, the leadoff man. Jackson 0 for 1. He's reached twice on the walk and struck out. That outside corner has been really inconsistent today. It's tough to really tell what the call is going to be. Jackson shoots one to right center. Catch is made by Rico for out number 2. Brings up Schlegel with 2 away. Asbill has appeared once already in this tournament. He pitched 1 inning against Beachside. That was on Tuesday. It was a clean inning. No runs, no hits. Struck out 1 batter. Sent the other way. Foul territory. Diving and making the catch is Mason Sanders. What a grab and foul ground. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for CJ Asbill. Bottom of the 6th coming up. Tie ball game in Daytona Beach. Tonight's game is brought to you by Happy Pools, Jacksonville's hometown pool service. At Happy Pools, we care enough to know your name when you call, but we're also big enough to handle all your pool care needs. Right now, New customers get their first 3 months of service for just $99 a month when you mention this ad. Text Creekside25 to 904-980-8512 to see if you qualify and see why more local families trust Happy Pools to keep their pool happy. Six ball game, bottom of the 6th inning. Drew Williams back out there for the Creekside Knights. Set him down 1-2-3 in the 5th. He's got 2-3-4 coming up. Led off by Devin Crown. He takes ball 1. 1 for 3, reaching on a single and an error. Also flew out to center. Lines one up the middle, past Joey Dugo into center. It's a leadoff single in the bottom of the 6th inning for Devin Crown. The go-ahead run on board. If Spruce Creek can get one here in the 6th, they are 3 outs away from the 42 Challenge Championship. Williams firing to L.J. Edwards, misses down and in as he showed bunt. Pulls back on the bunt and takes a strike. I think it's pretty clear what he's looking to do right here. He doubled and scored back in the 3rd. Reached on an error. Drove in a run in the 1st. Swings and rips one foul down the right field side. Got a race for the ball. Who's going to win it? Gavin Dupre has yielded. One-two pitch. Down and in. Williams is stuck inside for this plate appearance. See if he tries to get him to chase again right here, or if he attacks the zone. Here's the pitch. Off-speed pitch is sent out to right. Catch is made by Leiby. Out number 1 in the bottom of the 6th. Crown is the runner on first. He stole a base the last time he reached in the 4th. Bottolato up at the plate, singled in a run in the 4th inning. I wouldn't be shocked if Crown went at some point during this plate appearance. First pitch is ball to Bottolato. Not a very big lead for Crown over at first base. It's a 2-0 count. Tie ball game at 6 apiece, and Drew Williams does not want to walk the go-ahead run into scoring position. Got to make a competitive pitch here. Back into the zone for strike one. The 3-1 pitch. Swung on and sent to third. Morton on to second for one. Dugo will hold on to it. 2 away. Nice job by Dugo handling that throw from Morton. Took a hop on him. Could have gotten to right field. Garcia doubled in a run back in the third. Reached on a hit by pitch in the fourth. The first pitch to him from Williams. Outside corner, strike one. There's a big gap down that right field line. Chops it foul, 0-2. Tying run on base, 2 outs, go ahead run on base, 2 outs and a 2-strike count. Williams gets the ground ball that is into right field. Trying for third and tripping going around second is Badalato. He will stay put. And now that ball skips away into center. That will allow both runners to advance. That's one you just got to eat. You can't throw that ball to second. You're not going to get him. An unnecessary defensive mistake there. Puts 2 in scoring position. Nate Ricco up to the plate. Go ahead run on third. Some insurance out on second. Ricco is 1 for 3 with an RBI. First pitch swinging, it's into center. Bysham tracking, makes the catch, and Creekside gets out of the inning. On to the 7th. We are still tied up, 6-6 between Creekside and Spruce Creek.
Get local sports on demand with Action Sports Shacks 24/7. All sports, all local, all the time. From the locker room to the field, the Jacks, high school football, the Jacksonville Armada, and don't forget the Brett and Austin Show.
They're all in on Trevor.
Of course. Download the Action News Jacks Now app, available wherever you stream or at actionnewsjacks.com. TV, phone, laptop, desktop. Action Sports Shacks 24/7. Jacksonville sports, all the time.
Top of the 7th inning. 6-6 ball game. in the 42 Classic Championship. Belizik leading things off for Creekside against C.J. Asbill in the top of the 7th inning. He's reached twice, once on a walk, once on a single. Takes inside, 2-0 count. Asbill put the Knights down in the 6th, 1-2-3. Comes set and delivers. Ball 3 to Connor Belizik. Three-0 count. Belizik swings and puts one into left for a base hit. Go-ahead run aboard for Creekside. And that brings up Parker Morton. Three-0 count. Belizik had the green light. Got a pitch he liked. Grounded it into left. Now Morton with the leadoff man aboard. Third baseman playing in, anticipating a bunt. Time called. Morton showing bunt. Pulls back, it's a slash, and he takes ball 1. Tavern Blancet's double in the 5th inning is brought to you by Triple Crown Fence. Call today for a free estimate at 305-331-9377. The 1-0. Inside for ball 2. Now a quick visit from the pitching coach. It's a 6-6 game. Been back and forth the entire game. Creekside plated 3 in the first. The Hawks responded with 1 in the bottom half of the inning. 1 for the Knights in the 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Spruce Creek with 2 in the 3rd, 3 in the 4th. The Knights with an opportunity to take the lead back in the 7th. It's a 2-0 count for Parker Morton. He's got the third baseman, Haig, playing back by the bag. Swings and fights one back for strike 1. Morton singled, drove in 2 runs in the 1st, and then he walked in the 3rd, popped out in the 5th. Asbill makes a move to check on Belizik. He is back in time. Asbill with the 2-1. Morton shows bunt, pulls back. It is inside for ball 3. 3-1 hitters count. Asbill set. Here's the pitch. Chopper over towards 3rd. Haig Fields will throw on to 1st. That gets the job done. Moves the runner into scoring position. Drew Williams, the pitcher, trying to help himself out. The go-ahead run on second base. 1 out in the top of the 7th. Creekside has had a flair for the dramatic with some late comebacks in this tournament. Can they put another one together right here and finish it off? Check swing, that's ball 1 to Williams. Second pitch of the at-bat is swung on and popped foul out of play. Williams is 0 for 3. He struck out once, lined out, and grounded out. Asbill's 1-1. Swung on, sent back to the mound, looks back the runner to second. Throws on to first to retire Drew Williams. Runner in scoring position, 2 outs for Michael Bysham. He's reached base all 3 times, once on a fielder's choice, once on an RBI single, and once on an error. Nobody in the bullpen for Spruce Creek. They're sticking with Asbill, I guess, for as long as they can. Belizik stands on second with 2 away. The first pitch to Michael Bysham. Sends it foul out of the stadium. Second pitch to Bysham. Catches the outside corner, 0-2. After the leadoff single, the Knights trying to get Belizik home. 2-strike count on Bysham. Here's the pitch. Runner goes, and Belizik is into third as that ball down in the dirt. No throw for Moylan. A base hit brings him home. The 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. We're going to the bottom of the 7th, tied up 6-6. That One Painter First Coast is here for your home service needs. We specialize in residential and commercial interior and exterior painting, whole house pressure washing, cabinet refinishing, stucco repair, and more. Call 904-417-3557 for your free estimate today. Bottom of the 7th inning. 7, 8, 9 coming up, trying to walk it off. Mason Sanders going up against Drew Williams, still out on the mound. Creekside had Michael Bysham warming up in the bullpen in the top half of the inning. They decide to stick with Williams even after getting into some trouble in the 6th. He's tossed 2 scoreless frames. Well, this will be the 2nd time through the order after he faces Sanders. Two 2-0 count. Into the strike zone. This is the longest outing of Drew Williams' high school career. Two balls and 2 strikes. The pitch to Sanders. Ripped into right for a base hit, and the winning run is aboard. Chris King coming out to the mound, and they're going to make a move to Michael Bysham. Back after this pitching change, brought to you by Brightway Insurance, the Baselli Agency. When you're ready to make a change for your home or auto insurance, go to bwquote.com.
When you think sports, you think Action Sports Jacks, the official station of the Jaguars, on location for every game. But the most experienced team in town doesn't stop there. From high school football to the big events in the area, Action Sports Jacks is always on. Now, we take that to a new level. Action Sports Jacks 24/7 is around-the-clock coverage of the teams you love and the moments you can't miss. The best local sports in Jacksonville on Action Sports Jacks 24/7.
Bottom of the 7th inning, winning run on first base, and the move is to Michael Bysham coming out of center field. The Knights closer making his 7th appearance of the season. He's got an ERA at 1.24. Opponents hitting 150 against Bysham. He made an appearance earlier this week, which he struggled a little bit, walking a few batters. Looking for a clean outing right here, needing to throw strikes. Runner on first, Tate Haig at the plate. Shows bunt, pulls back, and it's a ball low, 1-0. In his sophomore year, Bysham earned the win in the 42 Classic Championship. He went 3 innings on the mound in relief and drove in the winning run on a walk-off single. One is the count. Haig bunts it foul. Strike 2. We'll see if he still wants to lay one down with 2 strikes. Morton playing back. Shows bunt, and he bunts it foul. That's strike 3. Took 3 jabs at it, couldn't get one down. That brings up Seamus Moylan. Bysham looking for a ground ball. That could end the inning. First pitch fastball misses away, 1-0. Moylan 0 for 2, reaching on a walk in this one. Off-speed pitch into the zone, 1-1. Runner on first is Mason Sanders. Skied out to right. Libby coming in. Makes the catch for out number 2. Now Tyler Boyesen with the winning run on first, 2 outs in the inning. He is 0 for 4. Bisham set. Runner goes. Pitch is a strike. Throw down to second is high, and the winning run is into scoring position. Oh, 1 is the count. Righty on righty matchup. The 0-1 pitch. Strike 2 called. Bisham 1 strike away from getting out of the inning. Winning run in scoring position. And we're going to have a quick conversation between Matt Cleveland and Tyler Boyesen. You know what I'd do right here if I was Creekside? I'd call my own mound visit as soon as he gets back into the batter's box. Take that momentum away. Not even just to mess with him, just to make sure you get your words into your pitcher after he got his words into the hitter. Winning run on second. 2 outs, 2 strikes. Bisham set. Here's the pitch. Outside, 1-2. Another 2-strike offering from Michael Bisham. Here's the pitch. Swing and fouled off. We'll do it again. Creekside needs 1 out to get it to extras. Bisham comes set. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed, strike 3. We are going to extras. Free baseball coming up in the championship of the 42 Challenge. Tonight's game is brought to you by Happy Pools, Jacksonville's hometown pool service. At Happy Pools, we care enough to know your name when you call, but we're also big enough to handle all your pool care needs. Right now, new customers get their first 3 months of service for just $99 a month when you mention this ad. Text Creekside25 to 904-980-8512 to see if you qualify and see why more local families trust Happy Pools to keep their pool happy. Top of the 8th, it is 6-6 between Creekside and Spruce Creek. Tavern Blancett leading things off in the 8th. Takes a called strike. CJ Asbill is back out there for Spruce Creek. No one in the bullpen. It looks like it's going to be Bisham versus Asbill in this one. 7-8-9 up for Creekside in the 8th. Blancett 2 for 3, an RBI double, and an RBI single. Swings and sends one foul. 1-2. Set is Asbill. Here's the pitch. Up high for ball 2. Two balls, 2 strikes on Tavern Blancett. He swings and sends one foul down the first base line. A long first at-bat in the 8th. And another foul ball from Blancett. Creekside won in extras against Windermere on Wednesday. As Blancett foul tip, strike 3. 1 away in the top of the 8th. Nick Romeo pinch hitting for Joey Dugo. And then the Knights in their 42 Classic, now 42 Challenge win back in 2023, went 10 innings with Sandalwood before their walk-off win. They're the away team in this one, as Romeo shoots one foul. Oh, 1 is the count. Another foul ball off the bat of Nick Romeo. Romeo came up with a big hit in that first matchup with Spruce Creek. The 0-2. Swung on and another foul ball. That one will escape into the crowd. Romeo had a 2-run single in that game against Spruce. Takes outside. 1-2 on Nick Romeo. One away in the top of the 8th. Here's the pitch. Another foul ball. Couple long ABs to start off the 8th. Romeo chops another one foul. We'll do it again. At the very least, you are making Asbill work. And again, judging by the fact that Spruce Creek has not thrown anyone in their bullpen, they're going to stick with him. The 1-2 offering. Inside for ball 2. Spruce Creek is very upset about that call. Safe to say that one was in. The 2-2. Swung on and blooped into right for a base hit. Nick Romeo, what an at-bat. Turns it into a single. Creekside is going to run Tony Romeo. Anthony Romeo on at first. He represents the go-ahead run. And Austin Kakelreese is hitting for Aiden Benachek. One on, one out. First pitch, up high for ball one. Kakelreese has made 2 varsity plate appearances. He is 0 for 2. The 1-0. Swung on, popped up, foul territory. That ball is off the netting and a hard collision with the wall from Seamus Moylan. He is okay. One on, one out, and a 1-1 count. This would be a huge moment for the junior's first career hit. Here's the pitch. Down and away for ball 2. Hitters count. Asbill comes set. He kicks and fires. Ball 3 to Austin Kakelreese. Three 3-1 count. Ball 4 would put the go-ahead run in scoring position. The pitch. Fouled back. 3-2 count. Big time 3-2 coming up. Zach Jackson is on deck for Creekside. Before the 3-2, a move over to second, and Romeo back in time. Three balls and 2 strikes. Here it comes. Swung on and missed, strike 3. 2 outs, and that brings up Zach Jackson. Tony Romeo on first base. He is 0 for 1 on stolen bases this year. Taking a strike, Zach Jackson. 0 for 2 with a pair of walks in this game. The 0-1 pitch. Into the strike zone, 0-2. Two strikes on Jackson. Asbill set. Here's the pitch. Fouled back. Romeo was on the go on that one. Jackson digs back in. Asbill shaking off signs, gets one he likes. Here's the pitch. Outside for a ball, Romeo trying for second. He is into scoring position. Wait, what? Hold on. Did he call that strike 3? That's absurd. That is an absurd strike 3 call to end the inning. I cannot believe it. Back after this break.
Get local sports on demand with Action Sports Shacks 24/7. All sports, all local, all the time. From the locker room to the field, the Jacks, high school football, the Jacksonville Armada, and don't forget the Brett and Austin Show.
They're all in on Trevor.
Of course.
Download the Action News Jax Now app, available wherever you stream or at actionnewsjax.com. TV, phone, laptop, desktop. Action Sports Jax 24/7. Jacksonville Sports all the time.
Bottom of the 8th. What a call to end the top half of the inning. The umpires are now talking over by third base as the warm-ups have ended. But just absolutely, that ball was in the left-handed batter's box, and he called it strike 3. And that is a game-changing call, as if he calls it correctly, a ball in the batter's box for ball 4. Creekside with the runner in scoring position, a chance to go ahead and take the lead in the game. Instead, Spruce Creek now at the plate, and they've got a chance to walk it off this inning. And just that outside has started to get extended more and more as the game's gone on, but that is just, that is a terrible call, flat out. Bottom of the 8th. And now 2-3-4 coming up. First pitch swing, and Devin Crown takes strike 1. After the foul ball, that pitch is high. 1 ball, 1 strike. One ball and 2 strikes on Devin Crown. Bisham set. Here's the pitch. Swing and a foul ball. One ball, 2 strikes. Swing and foul down the third base line. A long battle going between Bisham and Crown. Still going back to the strike zone. This one is blooped into shallow right field, going in, and unable to make the catch is Drew Williams. Winning run aboard. LJ Edwards steps up with a runner on first. Morton in expecting bunt. Edwards shows, pulls back. One and 0 the count. The bunt is fouled down the third base line. A ball and a strike on Edwards. Ball 2 goes inside. Morton's ready for the bunt. Pickoff moving back safely is Devin Crown. The bunt is down in front of the plate. Belichick gathers, throws to first. And the sack bunt works to perfection. Winning run in scoring position. Bottolato drove in a run back in the fourth. And he's got a chance with the game winner on second. Golden opportunity for Spruce Creek to win the 42 challenge. Down in the dirt, 2-0 count. Bisham does not have to pitch to Bottolato. Worst case scenario, you put him on first. The only one that matters is the run on second. You put him on first, there's a force at any base. Hits the strike zone, 2-1. This game has eclipsed the 3-hour mark. A long week of baseball, and the championship has not disappointed. Bisham with the 2-2. Runner goes. Pitch swung on a miss, strike 3. Throw down to third is into left, and that's going to do it. Spruce Creek walks it off on the wild throw. And our final score, 7-6, Spruce Creek takes the 42 challenge. A great week of baseball for the Creekside Knights. In the end, can't come up with the win over Spruce Creek. Great battle between the two sides. And in the end, it is the Hawks who come away 42 challenge champions. That'll do it for our coverage from Daytona. Thank you all for tuning in this week. I will see you back for some Creekside baseball against Bulls next week. But until then, I am Noah Schlick signing off. Saying have a good night. I will see you back here next time on Schlick Sports.